Thanks for tuning in for another great episode of What's Cooking with Kimberly. And as I mentioned to you before, we're going to be mixing it up a little bit and doing some things differently. I'm really excited today to have our first guest on the show, Maureen Kenny, who is the proud owner of Nutmeg Olive Oil Company, which we're sitting in her beautiful store right now. Maureen, thanks for being my first guest.
I'm so excited. Thanks for having me.
I absolutely love your store. And I can remember the first time I came in here with Laura and Bev from Unlocking Litchfield Memorial Day. So almost a year ago. And I was just completely like a kid in a candy shop. I mean, all of these bottles that you see sitting around are bottles of infused olive oils or just really beautiful olive oils and balsamic vinegars. So there's lots to do in here. There's lots of tasting that needs to happen in this store.
You
right?
can lunch here.
We can eat lunch here, which we're actually going to do in a little bit. But tell us a little bit about the store and how this all came to be.
Well, I was a vice president of a bank for 30 years. I retired, and then I was a little too young to do that. So I had to come up with my second career, and I've always been a foodie. So my brother-in-law made this suggestion because his uncle and cousin own similar stores out west. And I kind of went down that rabbit hole.
I'm a little curious about the name for the store, Nutmeg Olive Oil Company. How'd you come up with the name?
Well, after several cutesy ideas that failed, we're the Nutmeg State. So it kind of indicated where the store was located.
So your brother-in-law comes to you and says, "Hey, Maureen, I think you should open up an olive oil store."
He actually said, "Hey, Maureen, I think you've been retired too long, all of 6 weeks." And said, "What are you doing with the rest of your life?"
Right.
You need to talk to my Uncle Bill. And I did.
So one of the things that when I came here the first time, you have a chart of olive oil. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's like a tasting. Talk us through that.
The flavor chart.
The flavor chart.
The off flavors that you can get from bad olive oil.
Oh, okay.
And even Dr. Oz the other day, they had an expert, and she was talking about only 20% of the olive oil on the shelf qualifies as olive oil, mm-hmm. and all the funkiness, and she can tell by the smell if it's good or bad.
Wow. So I'm really into wine. So when I learned that olive oil is pretty similar mm-hmm. with the flavors and the things that you can pick up and the smells and the taste, that was fascinating to me. So when you do your tastings in your store, do you pull out the chart?
I do.
You do.
They particularly like the dirty diapers smell.
The dirty diaper?
Or bad socks.
Can you tell us about the dirty diaper?
It's when you smell olive oil and there's a funk. We'll just leave it at that.
And that's what people tend to like.
No, they don't like the funk.
Oh, they don't like the funk.
That's not a good smell. It should be grassy, fruity, peppery, possibly florally. But those are really the 4 good ones.
Okay.
Everything else is bad.
Everything else is bad. So to the layperson, which would probably be me, I mean, I have had the opportunity to have some really great olive oils and some of them here in your mm-hmm. store. And I didn't realize that there were so many different levels. And I think the average person that's going to the grocery store, buying a bottle of olive oil, what do you say about that?
They can't taste it. They don't know what they're getting.
They don't know what they're getting. Wow. So when we go to the grocery store, what should we look for?
If you can find it on the bottle, a crush date. That's your biggest indication.
A crush date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not an expiration date, not a use by date. If it doesn't tell you the crush date, you have no idea what you're looking at.
Okay. Now,
rarely will you find it.
That was my next question. So the olive oils that we buy in the grocery store, are they good? They're not. Like you're just giving a flat out no.
I mean, there were a couple. That expert from California the other day said that she estimated that 20% would qualify as extra virgin. Uh-huh. But the fact is, no matter what you're doing, you're paying more in the grocery store for something that says it's an extra virgin versus a canola oil.
Right.
So you should be getting an extra virgin.
Got it.
That's the whole concept of these kind of stores, is that you get to taste it. We tell you when it was crushed, we tell you where it was crushed, and we tell you what the chemical testing was done on it.
When I walk through the door, I can say, "Hey, Maureen, I'm looking for something spicy, or I'm mm-hmm. looking for something earthy. I want to, make a dish." And I want to, try something different. You're going to take me around the store and you're going to say, well, maybe you'll like this, or maybe you'll like this. Maybe you want to try that.
Yep.
And that's the beauty of what you do here. So
Exactly.
where are you getting your olive oils?
Right now we have Spanish, Portuguese, Greek, Californian, and Italian plain extra virgins. And then we also have our fused oils, which are from Tunisia.
And do you have a favorite right now?
I do.
What's your favorite?
In the robust category, it's a Portuguese Cobra Casca, and then I always kind of veer towards the Bacaluti green chili because I just like a little spice.
Right, I like a little spice
and
too.
I like Tuscan Herb is probably that's the first one I ever bought myself.
Oh, so you're emotionally
attached to it? Yes, I'm attached to my oil.
We're going to take a little peruse around the store.
Okay.
And do a little tasting, because what good is it to come here and not taste the olive oils,
it's
right?
Fruitless.
Check out Maureen's website at nutmegoliveoilcompany.com. And if you want some recommendations, I'll happily give you some on my Facebook page. And actually, I am going to pick up a few things from you today, take them back to my kitchen, and make a few of your recipes that you actually have on your website. So be sure to check out nutmegoliveoilcompany.com. Shoot Maureen a message. She's totally cool, super friendly, and she's a great cook. So she's got some great recipes on her website. And thank you guys for tuning in for What's Cooking with Kimberly. And we're going to see you back at the kitchen shortly.